Hi, daughter of God. It's Sharika. Welcome to day one of Grace Over Grind. If you're here, it's because you've been carrying a lot, more than anyone truly knows. But I know, I understand, and believe me, I get it because I was you. You lead in your home, you show up at work for other people, and yet there's a quiet exhaustion that you can't really put a name to. But I want to start with this one truth. God never asked you to grind. He asked you to walk with him. The world tells us to push harder, but God says, come closer. The world says, do more, be more. God says, be with me. The world says, you are falling behind. But God says, I set your pace. So today, I want you to take a breath and simply acknowledge this. You've been carrying more than you can sustain without God's rhythm. And that's okay. You're here because God is calling you back to Him, just like He did for me. And so I want to reference something Jesus said in Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 29. And I have my Bible here. So if I'm looking down a little bit, because I don't claim to know the Bible by memory. But in Matthew, again, Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30, and Matthew 11:28, we're going to look at it verse by verse. In Matthew 28, Jesus says, come to me, all who are labor and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. So he's talking to you. He's talking to me. He's talking to other women like us who are doing all the things. You get up and you hit the ground running. You're going to work. You're running errands. You're being all the places. You're doing all the things for everybody else except you. And you are tired. And God is saying, come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. So that's first. First, he's saying, just come to me, seek me, find, and you will find me. And how do we seek? Because here's the thing, too. I I don't like, I hate is a strong word. I don't like when someone, whether it's a video online or whatever the case is, and they're giving me all of these great things that I can do, but they don't say how. And I'm like, oh, that sounds good. But now tell me, how do I do that? And so when Jesus says, come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, I will give you rest. How do I come? I'm already here. I'm already praying. And that's exactly what he's asking you to do. He's saying, come to me, bring it to me, bring all of it to me, spend time with me, talk to me, get to know me. So, first, it's almost like he's doing a roll call. He's saying, hey, sis, hey, daughter of mine, hey, child, come here, come to me. And how do you know he's calling you? Because you spend time with him in his word and through prayer, and you get to learn his voice. Just like if one of your parents, your guardian, a close friend, your spouse, one of your kids were to call you, you not only know recognize the voice, but you can say exactly who it was that called you, and you may not even see them. And you probably have all seen there's been these trends online where it may be a parent and all of their kids, or even a grandparent and their kids. I saw once it was a choir director and all of the people in the choir, but they have them to say something. They have that person sitting in a chair where they're back to everyone else. And each person, they're in a line, and each person, one by one, says something to them. And the person who's sitting in the chair with their back to them has to say who said it, who spoke those words. And most times they get it. Most of the videos I've seen, and this isn't just like two or three people, sometimes it's 10 or more. But the point is, the way that you know God is calling you and he's talking to you right now is because we learn to hear his voice, and we learn to understand and hear his voice by spending time with him. And so, again, I'm going to repeat it again in verse 28. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. So for this one, for this particular verse, if you're questioning, is he talking to me? Yes. Yes. That's your answer. That's your confirmation. Yes, he is calling you to him. He is literally saying, come to me. Now in verse 29, he goes a little bit further and he says, take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. And so let's break this one down a little bit. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. So again, he's calling us who are burdened with all of the things, all of the responsibilities, all of the people, all of this that we're carrying that he didn't ask us to carry. He's saying, take my yoke upon you. So all of that you're carrying, take it off. Give it to me. Give it to me, hand it over. And again, how do you do that? Number one, say it with your mouth. Lord, I surrender it all. I give it all to you. You did not call me to carry the weight of XYZ, name whatever those things are. You did not call me to carry the weight of taking care of everybody. You did not call me to be a healer. You did not call me to be the provider. You did not call me to be all of the places all at once. Take whatever that is. And if you can't speak to it specifically, just say, Lord, I am heavy laden. There's a lot on me, so much so I can't even find the words, but I need you to take it from me. So that's number one. When he says, take my yoke upon you, first he's saying you have to let go of all that you're carrying. You have to truly surrender and say, Lord, I need you to take this from me. And what we often do, we say those words and then we get back up from that time, whether in prayer on our knees, whether we're sitting in the car in traffic, whether we're just in a quiet space, whether our head is in our hands because we are just so overwhelmed in that moment. But wherever we are, we say those words and then we still feel the same way though. Nothing changes. I still feel heavy. I still feel stressed. I still feel burdened. And it's because we say those words and then we pick all of it back up and we take it with us. And I know it's a lot easier said than done because you've been doing all of the things. And this is where that trust in the Lord really comes into play, where you have to truly trust that He is going to take care of everything because God doesn't need our help, in case you were wondering. He doesn't need our help. And we can't do any of those things and be any of those things that we offer other people without Him. So give it back to Him or say, if you're having a hard time really just letting it go, Lord, I want to give it to you. My desire is to give it to you. I truly want to surrender it. Show me how. Just ask Him, show me how. Show me how to let this go. And no, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to hear the big booming voice out of the sky that gives you the exact direction and clarification that you need. But what will happen is you'll go to work that next day and someone will come and say, hey, I hear you're working on X project. You need some help? What will happen is you'll think that you have to help one of your children with their homework and one of the other kids will volunteer. Oh, I can help him. I remember when we did that. What will happen is you're racing to get home because you have to get dinner ready. Everybody's waiting on you. They're hungry. And you know, time you come in the door, what's for dinner? I'm hungry. And you go straight, beeline straight for the kitchen. What will happen is your husband will have gone and stopped by the store and picked up something on the way, on his way home. That's how God answers that. That's how he has little things to happen. He will have you to overhear a conversation, something that you think is totally random that you heard it. It could be complete strangers talking, and they could say those one or two key words that speak to something on the inside of you. It can be on a license plate. It can be on a billboard. Open your eyes and pray that, Lord, open my eyes. Help me increase my discernment so that I can see where it is you're showing up for me. So that when that person does offer to help me, I don't say, nope, I got it. I'll take care of it. And then you say, Lord, I need your help. Why didn't you help me? And he said, I did. I sent you help. And you turned away from it. But that's when we allow our control to come into play. We feel like we're the only ones who can do it, or no one can do that thing better than we can. That's where we really have to put our trust and say, Lord, I'm going to give this to this person. I'm going to delegate this task. I'm going to have the kids to work together on this. And I really need you to step in and just show up in that space. Show them how to navigate and how to really create this presentation with the standard that I would. Give them a level of understanding. Allow the kids to have a sense of peace and be able to work with each other without the screaming and the yelling. Even in the little things, it's the little things. Sometimes we don't ask God for things because we think it's so little. We can ask God for anything. Can I tell you, one day I really wanted some Jamaican food, and it was not in my budget, but I really wanted it. And I was like, Lord, it's not in my budget, but this is really what I would like. And can you please allow me to have some Jamaican food for lunch today? And I left it at that. So here's one thing I want to reference. Number one, a lot of times we'll say, Lord, if it's within your will, He wants the best for us. He grants us the desires of our heart. If you're desiring it, if you have a relationship with Christ and you're desiring something, know that He allowed you to have the desire, not the sinful things, let's be clear. But know that He is the one who was able to grant those desires for you. And so when we say, Lord, I really would love a new house, this one is falling apart, but if it's within your will, yes, it is. So stop saying that. Yes, it is. So anyway, I wanted the Jamaican food and I was like, Lord, I really want this. And no, I don't need to be spending money on it, but I want it and I'm your child. And I know that you grant me the desires of my heart. So can I have some Jamaican food for lunch today? And I let it go. Because see, that's what we say. And then we're like, what? Uh, Did you answer? I let it go. And this one is another one that's so simple and it's taken me it really took a lot for me to get to this place and I still have my moments. But it's that place of I know that He heard me and if His answer is yes, because His answer isn't always yes. If His answer is yes, He'll give it to me. And if His answer is no, then I have to know that it's for a good reason that His answer is no. And so, excuse me. So I wanted the food. I didn't know where it was going to come from. I didn't need to spend the money and I let it go. And honestly, I don't even know if I had it to spend. And I let it go. And I don't know what I was doing later on that same day. Um, but I found a $20 bill. And I just wanted a lunch special. It was probably 10. So not only did He supply my need, but He gave me more than I asked for. And it didn't have to come out of the what I had already in my pot, so to speak. He gave it from somewhere completely different and then gave me a little bit more because then I got a beef patty with it. So again, I know that was a random and real, just generic example, but our God is here to answer our prayers, and He doesn't put a stipulation that says, if it's not this level or this value, then I don't want it. Don't bring it to me. No, He wants all of the cares of our heart. And so when we go back again to verse 29, and it says, take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. He's saying, first, come to me in 28 and 29. Give me all of that you've been carrying that I didn't tell you to carry, that I didn't qualify you even to carry because you're not supposed to be doing it. Because God does qualify us for certain things. But think about this. Think about it this way. If God sustained you and gave you the strength to do all of these things, then where is the room for Him? Where is His place in your life? And so if there's no other reminder or confirmation that you need, that is one in itself. No, He didn't call you to take everything because He is your everything. You are not called to be anybody else's everything because God should be their everything. And so He says, come to me. Yes, you, my child, my daughter, my loved one. Take my yoke upon you. Let me give you this peace. Let me give you this rest. And I'll take all of that that you're holding on to, all of that that you're carrying. And it may not be something that you can just quickly just let go. But over time, you'll start seeing where things fall into place, where you're getting the help that you need, where you have the strength to tell somebody, no, I can't be there for you right now. No, I can't do that for you right now. And feel complete peace about it. And then in verse 30, he says, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So he's saying, give me all of that you're carrying. Give me that stress. Give me those demands. Give me that to-do list that seems to keep growing no matter how many things you check off. Give me all of those things and I will give you rest. And so basically, he's not saying all of those things will disappear. I don't want to, blow smoke or whatever the saying is, or just outright lie. That doesn't mean that all of the things will disappear, but what it does mean is God will give you the capacity to deal with the things that He is calling you to deal with. And you'll find that you'll have more patience. You'll find that you have wisdom. You'll find that you are able to do certain things more efficient. You'll find that, oh, now I can call on this person to help me, because being able to ask for help is strength. It is not weakness. It does not mean that you are unable. It shows strength. There is vulnerability in strength. And asking for help, there's vulnerability. There is strength and vulnerability. I said it backwards. So ask for help. And he'll make sure that you have the help that you need. Sometimes we get so upset with our spouses for not stepping in to help us, but they truly may not get it. To them, we're doing all the things that we're making it look real easy. And so they're like, okay, I'm glad that she got it. But take it to God, and God will open their eyes and help them to truly see you. God will help them to come to you and say, "Hey, can I help you with the kids? Can I help you with dinner? Let me do this for you." Or even give you the strength that you need to ask for it. You know what, honey? I'm really tired today. And if you can just take the kids, honey, I'm really tired today and I can't do whatever that you know, uh, extracurricular thing that we were planning to do tonight or do this weekend. I really want to get some rest. So it's not saying that give it to God and everything will go away and we will float each day in the clouds and never have stress and never have work. No. What it is saying is that God will show you how to navigate all of these different aspects and all of these different areas of life. God will give you the strength in the areas where you need strength. He will give you wisdom. He will give you discernment so that, the phrase, it takes a village. And we often hear that when we're talking about raising kids, but it takes a village to live. It takes a village to get through the day to day. Maybe you all can carpool. There are activities that the kids may have. What about a carpool? I'll get them on these days. You can get them on these days. Prime example, there was my daughter plays volleyball. She plays at school and she also plays club. So for her, volleyball is year round, and it has been for some time now. And recently, one of the moms whose daughter goes to my daughter's school, she also plays at the same club. And they're not on the same team, but they're under the same program. So their practice days are the same. And so every day I'm at the school when school gets out, taking her, get her food or bringing her food so she can get to practice in time and dropping her off. And as I'm sitting there with either waiting for her to go in or dropping her off, the other mom who I just saw pick her daughter up from school and, with her food and now getting her to practice. And it's like, why are we both doing this? We both have a lot going on. We both have other kids. We both have other demands. How about we set up some sort of schedule so we can work together? So that way we're not both constantly trying to let's get here on time and let's get here and let's get here. We know, okay, this can be your day or this can be your day. So it's things like that. But it all requires trust because we get so caught up in doing all the things we think that it can't happen unless we do it. How prideful is that? So, not meaning to preach or whatever. Jesus said in Matthew 11, verses 28 through 30, and I'll read just to sum it up, all three verses here at once. Starting with verse 28. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Come to me. Verse 29. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest in your souls. Bring it all to me. 30. For my yoke is easy and my burden light. And I'll show you exactly how to deal with all of the things. I'll show you how you need to show up. I'll show you what you need to say. But you just have to come to me. And that first step, it sounds simple, and it really is. Through your prayer time, through a conversation, wherever you may be listening to this right now, just stop right now after this video or pause it even and say, Lord, I give it all to you. Show me how to truly let it go so that I can find rest in you. And please understand, rest is not the absence of activity. Again, that doesn't mean that you're just sitting around all day, every day doing nothing. But rest is the presence of alignment, meaning show me how you want me to show up. And that's the only way that I want to show up, because if I show up that way, then I know that I'm covered. I know that I have everything that I need. So rest is not the absence of activity, but it is the presence of alignment. And so today's reflection question: where have you been moving at a pace God never asked of you? Is it at home? Is it in your career? Whether on the job, in your business? Is it with your family members trying to show up and take care of everybody else because you're the one that made it? And so now everybody relies on you. Where have you been moving at a pace God never asked of you? Be honest, be gentle, give yourself some grace, and let God reveal these areas to you. This is not to condemn. This is not to make you feel bad. This is not to hurt your feelings, but it's to show you those areas where you are trying to outperform God, and to show you those areas where you need to let it go so that God can truly step in. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to begin shifting your pace from pressure and back into grace. So, with that, my dear friends, I will see you inside day 2. Stay tuned.